The most urgent imperative is to reduce the risk to pregnant women and their developing fetus.
Plus, a fight against time. What's being done now to prevent the Zika virus from spreading further? And the man behind TV's The Circus inside the greatest political show on earth. Hear his take on the race for the White House right now on Lone Star Politics.
This is Lone Star Politics from NBC5 and the Dallas Morning News.
Good Sunday morning. I'm Christy Nelson from NBC5 along with Gromer Jeffers, the political reporter with the Dallas Morning News.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back. Well, we start this morning with U.S. Congressman Michael Burgess, who represents this state's 26th district. So welcome to you. Thanks for being here again.
Thanks for having me on. Good morning to you.
I wanted to start today with repairs on the Lewisville Dam. That's a big issue in your district. So let's talk about what the problem has been and what's being done right now to fix it.
Well, it's a big issue throughout North Texas because, look, when I was a kid growing up, the flood control issue was something that you saw all the time in the evening news. We don't see the issues with flooding in Dallas any longer because of the flood control efforts of the U.S. Corps of Engineers. The Lewisville Lake Dam is 60 years old. It is an old earthen dam. It requires a lot of operations and maintenance money into its budget every year, which has been provided by the Congress. And then last December, after the sort of record-setting rainfall we had last year, other issues came up. There was an issue where there was a slide on the dam that needed to be repaired. There was an issue where there's some seeping below the dam that needed to be studied and then repaired. All of those are in process. It did take some extra dollars, but I'm happy to say that those dollars were secured and those repairs and studies are underway.
I get the feeling that there are projects like that, maintenance issues, that are in play all over the country, and we have to figure out build our infrastructure. What do you think about that?
But that's an ongoing process, and it's Lewisville Lake Dam, it's other dams in the area. You can drive by a road cut on a highway and see that with all the rain where there's been some sloughing of the earth on the side, all of that needs attention, but that's nothing new. I mean, we live in North Texas and our soil moves. We all know that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Zika virus, big issue. And just on Friday, a 5th case was confirmed by the Dallas County Health Department. The CDC held a Zika summit. What are your concerns about this, and what do you want to see happen?
Well, the obvious big concern is for anyone who contracts the virus during pregnancy, and there the consequences can be devastating. But from and I'm not speaking from the government, from the CDC, from my committee, but why in the world would you travel to an area where Zika virus right now is a problem? And I'm talking about Central or South America. The cases that we've had here in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, all have been individuals who have traveled to an area where the virus is endemic and then brought it back here. So please be careful with your travel. I think that is the #1 issue. Other things that are happening, sure, mosquito control, that's a big deal. The FDA, I thought, got a little bit behind on their approval of some of the mosquito control methods. The FDA got a little bit behind on their approval of a laboratory-developed test for the rapid diagnosis of the illness. Those things seem to be coming into line now, so I'm grateful that the federal agency is playing the correct role there. But the #1 issue, anytime you have an illness like this, don't go get it and bring it home.
But we've got the Olympics coming up. Lots of Americans are expected to go.
And let me be politically incorrect. Look, I was around in 1980 when Jimmy Carter canceled the Olympics for our athletes. It was a devastating consequence. But I don't see how you ignore this public health threat with our young athletes going to that area. I just don't see how you do it.
So what do you say? Don't go, or?
Certainly, if someone were to ask my advice, that would be my advice. I know that's not the CDC's position, that's not the State Department's position, but when I call those two agencies, you get this. It's a State Department decision. It's a CDC decision. No one's making the decision. If I were making the decision, don't go.
Skip the Olympics.
Skip the Olympics.
Oh, wow. Certainly a controversial decision in the conversation. But thank you so much
thank you
for being here. Good to see you again.
All right.
All right. Well, when the